right, well, I made it to the camp spot around 1:30 in the morning. So, needless to say, I slept in a little bit today, which I needed that. But I didn't anticipate there being this much snow. Look at all that. I guess it makes sense. We are at about 10,000 feet elevation, so it's not too surprising, I suppose. But I'm hoping that this snow kind of dwindles out as I go along this trail here. But this is a pretty dramatic drop in elevation on this trail. I mean, you're basically on the top of this rim and you go all the way straight to the bottom. I mean, this thing it's steep. Steep for me, somebody with asthma, but I'm here trying it. So I'm gonna hit the trail and hopefully we can catch some fish. So I started right at the top, right up there, and the trail goes right over here and then loops back through this bottom here, through this meadow. But you can kind of see the elevation drop, and the bad thing about it is the gain on the way back. So when you're tired from a day of fishing, it's not the best hike out, but if you do it a couple times, you get in pretty decent shape. This place is beautiful. Finally made it. I brought a spinning rod and a fly rod, but I'm going to start out with the spinning rod. I have a Rapala tied on, so let's see what that does. First cast, nothing. It's not a good sign. I just saw a whole school of cutthroat just cruise by, probably like 8 of them. And one kind of came after it. The watercolor is pretty murky. I'm guessing it's just from the little bit of runoff or a lot of runoff. Should clear up by the end of the summer. I usually hit this around August, and it's usually pretty clear. But you can usually see a lot swimming around. Other than that school I just saw, just barely, I haven't seen anything, but maybe I just can't see them down there. But those cuts were pretty. So I'm seeing a few little ones in here, but compared to the last time, I'm not seeing much size quality. These are just itty bitty ones, maybe 8 inches long. I did see one over here that might have been about a 12 incher, but there were a lot nicer fish in here the last time I was here. Hopefully they didn't get winter killed. I just had one chase it in right there. It looked like it was probably a tiger trout. Let's see if we can get him. Finally something of decent size that followed it in, looking like it wanted to bite. This is super slow. I don't see a lot of fish in here. This is actually pretty disappointing. I had some pretty high hopes for this lake, but I think that possibly it got winter killed. I'm not sure. There is a dead one actually right here. Looks like a pretty decent one. Let's look and see what it is. I can't tell what kind of trout that is, but let's look. The only fish that I'm really seeing are just really small ones, so it makes me wonder if those are just planters and they recently planted it or something. What is that? Little tiger? Yeah, it looks like a tiger trout. That's too bad. With that being said, I am going to pack my stuff and hike my happy little butt to the next lake and keep my fingers crossed, because if that one doesn't produce within an hour of fishing, 45 minutes, I'm hiking back out. So, well, see what happens. Oh, finally, there's a little, probably tiger trout's fighting like one. I was starting to wonder. I'm glad I took a few more casts. Yep, little tiger doing some acrobatics. Sweet. Pretty one. I knew I could count on a tiger. They're aggressive, always. Those cutthroat, on the other hand, that's a pretty fish. Look at that thing. Got one. Actually, these weeds are kind of helping me. It's like tying into a knot. That's a good looking fish. Colors on that thing are amazing. Cool. I'll definitely take that. That is a pretty fish. Fishing super slow, but these make it worth it. Hopefully I can catch a few more. They're hitting the top. They're starting to, so maybe there are a few left in here. Oh, gee. To summarize the hike into these lakes and fishing these two lakes, got my butt kicked. There's no other way to put it. I guess that happens, but I'm gonna hike back up to the truck and go see if I can find me another lake. I'm thinking about trying another spot, but looks like some weather's rolling in and I really don't want to get rained on. So if you'd like, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and catch you next time.